Hello, this tutorial is for an 8-point star blanket. The one shown here is just done in one shade of yarn. It's a variegated yarn that changes colour automatically. The tutorial I'm going to do today is going to feature Christmas colours, as I'm going to do a Christmas themed throw. We're using double knit yarn and a 5mm hook. Start with a 5 chain, so slip stitch a slip knot onto your hook and work chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Join with a slip stitch into the first chain to form a loop. The first stitch on each row is going to be 3 chain, which counts as the first double crochet. So 3 chain, and then into the ring we're going to work 12 double crochets. So pull up a loop, yarn over, through 2, through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, through 2, through 2. We'll carry on in this same way until we've got 12 stitches all together. That's including the first 3 chain. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11 and 12. We then join with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the starting stitch, like so. Row 2, or you may just want to check that you've actually got 12 stitches there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Into the first stitch that we're already in, we're going to do 3 chain, which again counts as a double crochet. Into the same stitch we do a 2nd double crochet. Go along into the next stitch and do exactly the same 2 double crochets. Into the next stitch, 2 double crochets. I'm going to do this all the way around, in each stitch working 2 doubles, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Now we've got the 12 double crochets, we've worked 2 double crochets into each of the 12 double crochets. We've now got 24 stitches. Row 3, chain 3 and work 1 double crochet in that same stitch. In the following stitch we're going to work 1 double crochet. In the next stitch we work 2 double crochets, followed by 1 double crochet in the next stitch and 2 double crochets in the next. So we're working 1 double crochet followed by 2 double crochets to increase the stitches. Carry on in the same way, 1 double crochet followed by 2 double crochets in the next stitch until we get to the end of the round. 1 double crochet in the last stitch, and again we join into the third chain of the first stitch with a slip stitch. Row 4. Again, we're going to chain 3, and in the next stitch 1 double crochet, in the next stitch 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and 2 double crochets in the next. So on this round we're doing 1 double crochet in 2 stitches, 2 double crochets in the next, 1 double crochet in the next 2, 2 double crochets in the next. So 1, double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and 2 double crochets into the next one. And again you carry on in the same way all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Again with a slip stitch into the third chain of the starting stitch. We're now ready to start forming the 12 star points. In the same stitch that we've just joined, we're now going to do a single crochet. We're going to then skip the next stitch, and in the third stitch we're going to do 2 doubles, 2 chain, and 2 doubles. We skip the next stitch and work 1 single crochet into the following stitch. This is the only round that we actually do the single crochets on. It's just so that we get a defined point of each of the star. So we skip a stitch into the next stitch, we work 2 doubles, 2 chains, and 2 doubles. So you can see how the points of the star are going to form. Again we skip the next stitch and work a single crochet into the following stitch. Skip 1 stitch, work 2 double crochets, 2 chain, and 2 double crochets into that same stitch. Skip the next stitch, single crochet into the next one. Skip 1 stitch, 2 double crochets, 2 chain, and 2 double crochets into the next. Skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, 2 doubles, 2 chains, and 2 doubles. Skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, 2 doubles, 2 chain, 2 doubles. Skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, and again the 2 double crochets, 2 chain, and 2 double crochets. Skip 1, single crochet, skip 1, and again we've got the 2 double crochet, 2 chain and 2 double crochet. So we carry on in the same way, skip the next stitch, single crochet, skip the next stitch, the 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet, and so on, and I'll meet you again at the end of the round. As we come round to the last of the 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet, work those stitches in, and then we will slip stitch into the single crochet at the start of this round. As I'm going to change colour on this next row, I'm going to snip off the yarn, pull through the loop and fasten off. If you're going to stay with the same colour yarn, you will slip stitch into the next stitch. Start a new row. We're going to join with a slip stitch into the last stitch before the 2 chain space. If you were carrying on with the same colour, you would have slip stitched along to this point. So we join with a slip stitch and work 3 chain, which again is the starting double crochet. Into the 2 chain space, we're going to work 2 double crochets, 2 chain and 2 double crochets. This carries on throughout the blanket, that in the points of each star shape we're always going to do 2 doubles, 2 chain and 2 doubles. And then being careful not to skip this first stitch, we're now going to work 1 double crochet into that first stitch. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches, which will form the V part of the star shape. So miss 1, 2 and 3, and into the next stitch we're going to work 1 double. We're now into the 2 chain space of the second point, where we're going to work 2 double crochets, 2 chain and 2 double crochet. Into the very first stitch after the 2 chain space we work 1 double crochet. So we're back round to the repeat where we miss the next 3 stitches, which is the double, the single and the double, and we work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. In the 2 chain space we work 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet. Into the very first double from the previous row we work a double, and then again we're going to skip the double, the single and the double and go into the last stitch there. Into the 2 chain space we work 2 double crochet, 2 chain and 2 double crochet. You sometimes have to slide the stitches back a little bit so that you can see this first stitch that we're going to work into. Work a double crochet, skip the next double, single and double, and again work 1 double into the next stitch, into the 2 chain space, 2 double, 2 chain and again 2 double crochet. Again we're going to work exactly the same all the way round. skipping the 3 stitches in the V, working into the final double on the rise, 2 doubles, 2 chains, 2 doubles into each of the 2 chain spaces, and I'll see you at the end of this round. We've come round to the final 2 double, 2 chain, 2 double. We do the final double into the next double from the previous row, and then we've got the final 3 stitches that we're going to skip, and again we'll join with a slip stitch into the top chain of the 3 start chains. I'm going to join in a new colour, so we snip off the yarn, pull up a loop and pull it tight. Again, if you're carrying on with the same colour, you will slip into the second stitch here, because we're going to skip on each of the following rows. Now we're just skipping the 2 stitches in between because we've not got the single crochet between the points. Joining in a new yarn, again we join with a slip stitch onto the hook, a slip knot, and skip the first stitch into the second stitch. Going to do slip stitch to join, followed by the 3 chain, which again is the starting double crochet. We're then going to do a double crochet in the next stitch. We're now again at the point where we're going to do 2 double, 2 chain and 2 double. 2 chain, 2 double. We're now going to just slide that over slightly and work 1 double into the next 2 stitches. Each row will increase by 1 double crochet on the way up and again on the way down. So where here we've got 3 stitches, we've now got 4. So again we skip the 2 stitches this time, and into the next 2 stitches we work 1 double into each. We're back again at the point where we're going to do the 2 doubles, 2 chain and 2 double. Again, just slide the work across slightly, 1 double into the next 2 stitches, and then again we're going to skip the last stitch and the first stitch of the next point and work 1 double into each of the next 2 stitches, and again we're at the point where we're going to work 2 double, 2 chain, 2 double, 1 double into each of the next 2 stitches. Oops, got a knot in there. Skip 2 stitches and again going to work a double into the next 2. We're at the point again, so we've got the 2 doubles, 2 chains and 2 doubles. Each row now is going to be worked exactly the same, that you will skip the 2 stitches in the V, and always work 2 doubles, 2 chains, 2 doubles in the point, and each row you will be adding a stitch. So there we've got 2 on the red, we've got 3 on the green, we've got the 4. So you can quite easily check if you find that you've gone wrong somewhere. Each of the points needs the 2 doubles, the 2 chains, the 2 doubles, and you need to check that you've missed the 2 stitches in the V. I'll meet you at the end of the row. We're almost to the end of this round where I'm doing the 2 doubles, 2 chain and 2 double in the final peak of the star. Going to work 1 double into the next 2 stitches, miss the 2 stitches, and we're going to join again with a slip stitch into the top of the 3 chain that we started the row. If I do a blanket and it's got a stripe, I do tend to work the colours a little bit randomly rather than going in threes like the red, the white, the green. So on this particular one I would carry on and work another row in the green, in which case I would slip stitch into the first stitch, meaning that I'm skipping the first, and at the end of the row you would skip the last one and join into this 3 chain. So again we're going to work in each of the doubles from the previous row up to the point, followed by the 2 double, the 2 chain and the 2 double. You can see there up to the 2 chain where we had 4 stitches on the last row, we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no need to worry about increasing and decreasing, as the pattern will automatically increase each row as the blanket grows. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.